Okay, so I wanted to show you some of the finals. I'm sorry, this is the homework. Good job, Bensi. The only difference is, though, I've noticed there's certain comments on the stripes. There were some issues on how to rotate the stripe. You know what I'm trying to say? Like how to, because your stripes on your sleeves are not gonna be the same as your body since everything's cut into an angle. It's a cylinder that is on the side. So therefore your stripe is not gonna be that straight. If it is, it's because they cut it wrong. So they cut the fabric wrong, that's what I mean. So in the meantime, while my illustrator shows up, this is Mei Lin's final. Hi, Melin. So I'm not final, midterm. So you see, she did a brush and everything. You can do those type of brushes. Everything's brushed, everything's connected. The only comments that I had with Mei Lin was it was the stroke size, and just to differentiate it more, it looks a little too delicate. This part too is a really great sketch, but this goes around the body. Remember how we discussed that too? How everything around the neckline that has a color goes around the body. If not, it looks a little flat. That's the same situation. But overall, it's really well done. The other part too is if she had included, I'm not saying this is bad, by the way, Merlin, it's just very small improvements. If you get to see, let's just say if she grayed out the back, she will show that there is a back of the garment. So little small details like that help a lot. But it's really well done. The font, everything's really blends in together so well. Kate, I love your aesthetic, Kate. I mean, I'm not minimalistic, but this is a good one. So even this, like she, bless you, you can see throughout the whole part of things, very clean, very to the point. The good news is she took those pants and she just made it into a wide leg. That's it. Very small detail, but that it looks very different outfits, correct? Mm-hmm. So I can see there was some thought into it, of course. Same thing with the skirt. That skirt was a basic skirt, but she made it longer and she just changed the height of the waistband. It's different skirt now. And put a zipper in the middle. So like very small details could change your whole look completely. So you can use the sketches that we use from class, but you can just tweak them. Get used to tweaking things. You should not be trying to, like, let's just say you have already a shirt, but it's similar to a long sleeve and a short sleeve. So why don't you take it and just change it? It's getting to the point now that you should be building your own library. You don't have to start everything from scratch. Okay? Okay. So then we have Elizabeth. Hi, Elizabeth. Same thing here. Elizabeth did this for the midterm. My only key, so you guys can see it. My only situation here was the color story. I like the color story, but I felt there were too many colors. And you'll know why. Today we're gonna work on prints. The more colors you have in your color story, the harder it is for you to have a very cohesive capsule collection, because we're not necessarily doing a collection of 20 to 30 pieces. We're doing more a collection between 4 to 6 looks if you want to. It's up to you how many looks you do, but at least 4 looks, okay? So that being said, this is a really great pants, and that's a really cute dress. And you can see this little stroke, that's from the pen strokes that we have reviewed, correct? Okay. So then we go into Alex. I was very impressed with your sketches, Alex. My only issue was you need to show the back a little bit. Like gray it out or black it out. Does that make sense, Alex? Or you want me to show? Yeah. Because it looks like they're floating, but these are expensive dresses, correct? Yeah, they look expensive, which I love. So, and she filled it in. So little by little, guys. And then, I think that's it. Now, going back to Benzi's shirt. I know you separated this because I can see the seam. You separated, but you forgot to turn it. So let's just remind ourselves how to turn it, rotate the stripe. So if you click on this, now let's pretend I just opened her file. She did the color correctly. It looks really good, Benzi. You just forgot to rotate this leaf. So what you do is you click on it. Now, I'm not doing direct selection tool because it's grouped. So I will be selecting the whole entire thing. I'm doing direct selection because if I click in the middle, I just select one instead of going to the groupings. Because sometimes you'll find that groupings are not done correctly, but whatever the case is, we find the rotate tool. If the rotate tool is not visible, it's because it's under your reflection tool. So you click and hold, okay? You double click your reflect tool, which I did, rotate tool, I'm sorry. You are not rotating objects, you're just rotating patterns. So click off rotate transform objects. And now I think it's about 20%. Let's see, preview, I think it's negative 20. You can do negative here. So let's see the preview. Sometimes you have to click on, you can toggle on and off. There you go, done. This is done. Then we click this one too. Oh, sorry, my mouse is itching. And you can see it's going the opposite way. Then you go positive 20 degrees, not negative 20 degrees. Done. Look at the difference. It looks like it's moving now. Okay? I know very slight changes, but really good job, Benzi. And then we go into the Plaid really good. You can see in the Plaid she did change the grain. Good job on the Plaid. It looks cute. Rodney, she's not here right now, but she did submit her homework. So she gave me seamless patterns here from, I don't know where, but they're patterns. So she just filled them in and she combined it with the skirt. I'm thinking that's a skirt. That's not a read, it's just making sure. I wasn't sure. Okay, so now we're gonna, so as a reminder, okay, let me double check. As a reminder, this is what happens. If you have sleeves, it's best to separate it. Benzi, for example, drew on top of the sleeve, that's okay. And then that way she's able to, you see this? The difference between on top of her sleeve and the bottom of her sleeve is that the bottom of the sleeve is following the body pattern. If you draw on top, right here, and then you separate the sleeve, then you can control the rotation of that sleeve a lot quicker. So as you start drawing, you'll get used to how to draw the fastest. So that's how you build your sketch. Everything is connected. You can see the other part too is that her sketch, if I click on it, you can see that everything's highlighted, meaning all the dots are connected, because look what happens is, let's just say this is not connected, my neckline, correct? Okay, or let's just say this is not connected too. Then it's not going to fill in completely. So you need to make sure your points are connected. If not, you might have gaps. Okay, but she did it correctly, and it looks really, same thing with the color. She drew on top of the color to separate the color outside. And then, so I just want you to have those few tips in mind, because that's gonna help a lot, because we're gonna go into creating repeats, not with stripes. Stripes is the easy part.